Hi, this is Marilyn Fontaine, and I want to talk about the Women's Circle that's on the 24th of January. Um, I felt a need for us to have a circle of women that kind of goes into the um, the womb healing, the womb aspects that we talk about, we do, but we never come together as a group, especially for women of colour. We never come. Whenever I go to my Taoist meetings, Taoist circles, it's very few women of colour that I see come together to actually work on womb issues and sexuality issues. And we are epidemic in terms of problems with our wombs. Another thing that happens, which is really interesting in the black community, is any physical sexual abuse issues that we may have encountered in the past. They're not really dealt with, um, and therefore our sex life is kind of skewered. It's for a lot of women, they're not really in touch with their sexuality, and female sexuality isn't about sexual sex and performing sexual positions, or you know, all the things that the media portrays. It's actually a state of beingness. It's actually a state of creativity, and it's actually a state of healing. um, and gracefulness as well. It can be quite, it can be the opposite of gracefulness as well, because we have cycles, and we fluctuate with our emotions as women. That's just our makeup. But we really, a lot of the time, especially with the clients I've worked with, there's been a really strong disconnect with sexuality, and your sexuality shouldn't be dependent on being with a partner. It should be how you live your life, how you function in the world. And that's why we have a lot of situations where we have fibroids, heavy periods, um, gynecological issues, cysts. If you look at my other video, I explain more about that, and what I did to help myself through the fibroid situation. And a lot of the time we're giving our precious energy to the jobs we don't like, or relationships we don't like, or we're carrying family situations. And especially when you come from a culture of women that have worked really hard and have just pushed down all their emotions just to get on with it and to survive, it creates a pattern in the DNA structure of the body, and it goes through to generations. So you do have diseases that are intergenerational. I don't want to go that deep in our first workshop, but what I want to do is introduce to you, and some of the people that have done the deeper workshops, is certain tools that you can use. Um, Using the yoni egg or the jade eggs is one of them. Using the use of herbs and teas to support you, movement, and most of all is art. And it's really important. Here's some artwork I've done. It's really important to be in touch with your creativity for survival in this climate that we're living. It's really important to be in touch with your right brain functioning, because that's where you can access your healing. The left brain is what you do physically to ground that. It's like a male and female part of yourself. Um, so our workshop is very heavily based, it's art based. So when I say art, I mean any medium that you use to deal with your issues. So within the workshop space setting, there will be different types of mediums that you're going to use to create a dialogue with yourself. So that could be anything. It could be the use of poetry, it could be the use of artwork, which we're definitely going to be using the artwork. And I'm talking about giant pieces of, big pieces of paper. You're going to even use recording. So you're going to record certain things. But I'll tell you more about when you get into the workshop. But this is an experiential workshop. It's for you, but it's for you to start a dialogue. So it's like a level one and a refresher for my immersion clients. But it's a level one introduction to how you can dialogue with your sacred center without it being very it's all very lots of words like my sacred yoni, but there's no depth behind it. We want you to have that working relationship, so you are what you profess, and your first relationship starts with yourself. Your first sexual relationship starts with yourself. It's not about how to please other people. It's about living in this space of creativity where you don't doubt yourself as a feminine energy. And that's what you are. It's not just being a woman, it's a feminine energy. And within that feminine energy, there's a polarity of masculine and feminine anyway. But you've incarnated as a woman in this lifetime. So it's about embodying that and using that to set your goals, using that to move forward in your life. And the path of least resistance, and using your God-given talents, whatever medium that is, to move forward. So if you definitely want to join me, sign up. It's on the 24th of January, and I've posted the link of where you can actually join. So let me know as soon as possible. See you on the 24th. Bye-bye.